Welcome to the Gaze into Cinema YouTube channel. The world is about to end. A hypothetical journey through the final days. The declaration sent shockwaves across the globe. A destructive occasion was inescapable, flagging the apocalypse. Alarm followed, as individuals mixed to get a handle on the looming destruction and wrestle with their own mortality. Even with this looming catastrophe, mankind confronted a decision. Could they surrender, or could they figure out how to treasure their excess minutes and leave an enduring inheritance? The drop into turmoil. In the underlying outcome of the declaration, society dropped into bedlam. State-run administrations attempted to keep everything under control as uproars ejected across the globe. Individuals accumulated supplies, frantic to get their endurance even with a questionable future. In the midst of the frenzy, thoughtful gestures and empathy arose, as outsiders helped each other and networks mobilized together to help the powerless. Looking for comfort despite the unexplored world, as the acknowledgement of the looming end set in, individuals looked for comfort in different ways. Some went to strict confidence, looking for solace and direction from their convictions. Others tracked down comfort in craftsmanship, music, and writing, submerging themselves in imaginative articulations that caught the feelings and encounters of this unprecedented time. Confronting individual compromise. Despite their limited time, individuals started to stand up to their very own devils and unsettled clashes. They looked for compromise with friends and family, apologized for previous slip-ups, and set things right for bad behaviors. This course of therapy considered a feeling of conclusion and harmony, empowering people to confront their last minutes with an unmistakable heart. Safeguarding information and heritage. Perceiving the restricted time they had left, humankind set out on an aggregate work to protect information and inheritance for people in the future. Researchers fastidiously archived their disclosures and experiences, guaranteeing that the products of human information wouldn't be lost with their downfall. Making significant minutes even with misfortune. Even with the looming end, individuals tried to make significant minutes in their leftover time. They enjoyed valuable minutes with friends and family, appreciating the straightforward delights of life. They sought after interests they had long dismissed, embracing the valuable chance to satisfy their fantasies. The last minutes, a common encounter of humankind. As the last minutes drew closer, humankind assembled, sharing their accounts, fears, and expectations. A feeling of solidarity and shared mankind won, rising above social and cultural limits. Despite their unavoidable end, individuals tracked down comfort in the common experience of their mortality. A reflection on life and heritage. The speculative situation of the world's looming end fills in as a strong sign of the delicacy of life and the significance of treasuring every second. It forces us to live deliberately, to interface with others on a more profound level, and to endeavor to leave a positive effect on the world. Indeed, even notwithstanding difficulty, the human soul has a remarkable limit with regards to versatility, empathy, and innovativeness. The tale of the world's end, while speculative, fills in as a demonstration of the getting through force of human association and the getting through heritage we abandon. The outcome, a fresh start in the midst of the vestiges. In the outcome of the disastrous occasion, the world was changed into a ruined scene, scarred by the gigantic force of nature. The once clamoring urban areas lay in ruins, their transcending structures diminished to simple rubble. The once rich fields were fruitless, and the once flawless skies were gagged with residue and flotsam and jetsam. In spite of the decimation that encompassed them, little pockets of survivors rose up out of the cinders, gripping to the desire for revamping a future. They confronted massive difficulties, from tracking down food and sanctuary to adjusting to a definitely modified climate. However, in the midst of the misery, a glimmer of trust stayed, energized by the aggregate assurance to remake and make another world. Transformation and advancement, embracing the new reality. The survivors confronted a brutal reality. The world they once knew was gone, and they needed to adjust to get by. They figured out how to develop crops in the desolate soil, to saddle the remaining force of the old world, and to explore the slippery scenes that had once been natural. Need became the mother of advancement. The survivors conceived new advancements and systems to meet their fundamental requirements. They created maintainable energy sources, made new types of correspondence, and adjusted their clinical practices to the common circumstances. The ascent of new people group, solidarity in the midst of difficulty. Despite shared difficulty, the survivors manufactured new obligations of local area. They shared assets, information, and backing, making a feeling of solidarity that rose above their singular distinctions. These people group became encouraging signs, giving a feeling of having a place and motivation in a world changed. The safeguarding of culture and values, leading of humankind. The survivors perceived the significance of saving their social legacy and values. They shared stories, music, and customs, guaranteeing that the embodiment of mankind wouldn't be lost in the midst of the remnants. They laid out instructive establishments to give information and abilities to the future, guaranteeing that the examples of the past wouldn't be neglected. The excursion of remaking, a demonstration of human strength. The excursion of remaking was exhausting and requesting. The survivors confronted difficulties, clashes, and snapshots of hopelessness. Yet, they continued on, driven by a resolute faith later on. They revamped their homes, their networks, and their lives, making another world from the cinders of the old. Decision, a brief look into a future formed by versatility and trust. The speculative situation of the world's end and its outcome fills in as a demonstration of the unstoppable soul of mankind. It shows our ability to adjust, enhance, and join notwithstanding misfortune. It features the significance of safeguarding our way of life, values, and information as they structure the underpinning of our aggregate character and flexibility. While the speculative apocalypse might be an imaginary story, its hidden message resounds profoundly: the human soul is equipped for exceptional accomplishments, even notwithstanding inconceivable chances. It is an account of flexibility, trust, and the persevering through force of the human soul to conquer misfortune and produce a fresh start. Thanks you for watching. Next.